Yo, what's up, guys? It's another episode of PB&J. I'm John, and I'm here again with Jesse and Brian.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it was pretty good getting together last week, having us record at your place, John, and the sound is much better. Now we're back to using calling remotely, so since I'm back home now. But yeah, it was cool hanging out, watching the movie together, and recording the podcast after. So hopefully we'll have more chance to do that in the future.
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool to get together like that. Made it a lot easier, and I think it showed in the quality of the podcast.
Yeah, and like just having everyone there, like it was easier to bounce cues off each other too. Like now since we can't see each other, it's a little bit more difficult, and it just generates a little bit more pauses and things like that. So, but yeah, good job on your editing, to kind of get rid of those kind of things.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I think what this means is that Brian's going to try to get us jobs up north, so that way we can record now from Central Valley. So
with the super internet up there, the Internet 5.
Exactly.
There's like
Google.
Yeah, there's like
Google where
Fiber and yeah. So now that we're back, like it's kind of more chill now. So like, John, I know you're a pretty hardcore gamer for like PlayStation games. What have you been playing lately?
I finished Horizon a couple weeks ago. After that, I played a couple episodes of the new Telltale games. They had the Guardians of the Galaxy episode last month. They released their Walking Dead season finale last week, so I finished that one up. And today they just released Guardians 2, the episode 2 for Guardians, and I also started playing Outlast 2. Which is actually pretty cool. It's cool playing that type of game. It's a survival horror game where you can't fight back at all. You have to just run. So to go from a game like Horizon, where I'm out there kicking ass and fighting robot dinosaurs and stuff, and then to a game like this where I see something and they just kill you real fast and you can't fight. You have to hide and you have to let them walk away and get away and stuff. So it's kind of jarring. I have to get back into that mode. I keep running right into bad guys and they just kill me real quick.
I suck at those games. Like even with Metal Gear 5, I can't even get to the opening games, like the little camp.
Yeah.
I keep getting seen by the watchtower, so I'm really bad at those like stealth games.
Yeah, you have to be really patient, and you can't rush into things. You have to hide, and then with Outlast, it's really dark, and you have to use your camera's night vision to see. And if you use it too much, the battery runs out, and then you're blind. You can't see anything. So you have to sit there in the dark sometimes. You can hear things walking by and making noises, and it gets pretty freaky too.
I've told you before, like when I play games, like I don't like using the block button if there is one. So I just attack them all offense, no defense.
Yeah. Horizon. That would have been. You played Horizon, right?
Yeah, I platinumed it.
Yeah.
Platinumed the game. Yeah, I love that game. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, that one too. You can just go balls out and just start killing everything. You don't need stealth or anything.
Yeah, and I went out to get the armor as soon as I could too. So it made the rest of the game really much easier.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Stop rolling and stop blocking. Stop doing all that stuff.
Just give me a tank. No, yeah, I didn't do that. I wanted to, then I was like, nah, it's too far. I just kept going with the story, and it was hard. There's some parts where I was getting frustrated.
Would have been easy if you got the armor.
Yeah, I know. But you know, the big T-Rex thing?
What was that?
The big T-Rex thing was a freaking bitch.
Oh yeah. It's good though. It's fun.
That was a great game. That's one of the top games this year. I don't have Nintendo, so I didn't get the Zelda game, and I'm not really a big Zelda guy, but Zelda and Horizon are the two big ones so far.
Yeah, I'm starting to see more people playing the Switch on the train on my way to work, so I'm getting a little jealous. I wish I could be playing.
You're a big Zelda guy, so
yeah, that's a like if I get into that game, I have to get all the hearts and get all the weapons. But I heard this game is massive. Like, it takes what over 100 hours to finish or something.
Something like that. Yeah, it's pretty open world.
So it's perfect for like the long commutes like I have.
Yeah, I thought you would cave by now. I thought for sure you would have went out and got the Switch.
Yeah, just one game is still a little too much to, for me too much money for me to spend just to get one game. But we'll see if they show some more stuff.
Weren't you the one that went and grabbed the PS Vita like right away?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You brought it into work, remember? We were all at your desk, all like,
showing it off.
Yeah.
It just came out, and you're like, they're not that many games yet. They had high hopes with it, and then, so how come you didn't go get Zelda?
Dude, times change, man. Triple my funds.
Wait, do you hear that?
Bro, yeah, he's not.
2 years ago, like, I would not have like put any thought to it. I would have gone straight to the store.
You're not the young single guy anymore. You're just like, fuck, I'm gonna get every game I want.
So speaking of like games, next week is E3
Yep.
in LA.
Yep, E3.
So I'm looking really forward to that. I've gone there a few years in the past, and it's always been fun. So it's closed to the public before, and this year I think they're gonna try a new thing where they open it up to everybody, to the public, so media, and as well as the general public. So are you guys interested in going to that? Did you guys look into buying tickets or anything? It's not that interesting.
Yeah, I did, but I kind of rather I enjoy just staying at home and watching the conferences. You know, they stream all the conferences online now, so I like staying home with get something to eat and a beer and just chill and watch those things. And when Sony has their press conference and EA has their press conference, they show off all their games.
Yeah,
I'd rather do that.
We want to save up our convention for Comic-Con.
Yeah, yeah, we got
This is it's like convention season right now, right?
Yeah.
It's like E3, and then there's like D23, and then Comic-Con.
Yeah,
and whatever else in between that.
Yeah, if D23 wasn't this year, I might have forked out the $100 or whatever to go. But yeah, D3's what is that? 4 weeks, 3 weeks, and then Comic-Con's right after the following weekend. So I decided to just skip it and wait for those.
I'm sorry, you said that they're now open to the public. Does that mean like everything that used to be available to the press will also be to the public, or is there still going to be some stuff that's press only?
So what I imagine is they will have a lot of these rooms in the back for the media, and then they'll have like a different line for everyone else. But even back then, like you needed like specific media pass to talk to a different group of game developers, and they'll show you a private demo that you don't see with the rest of the people. So I'm guessing they're going to do more of that, and I also think that they want to try this because people are getting their media nowadays, like their news from different outlets, not just sites like IGN or those other places. They go through social media, they go to Twitch. So I think what they're trying to do is they want to open it up to the general public so they can all share on Twitter,
Instagram,
or whatever, like there's a lot of these people with their own brands that are trying to get some media coverage for the games too. So, and people are watching them. So I think this is just their way to expand, getting the word or the news out. And these people, if they have a pretty decent following, they should give out some of their opinions. So I think my guess is that this is just their new way of getting the word out there versus relying on, those gaming websites like they have in the past.
It's longer this year too, right? It's more days.
Yeah. We just looked at the schedule before we started. I think they start as soon as Friday, I believe. So back then they would just have a Saturday. So it starts on Saturday instead of Friday. So in the past they would start everything on Monday, and they would just cram a bunch of conferences into 2 days, and then they'll open up the show floor from I think Wednesday to Friday, and that was it. And now it looks like they open on Saturday, and it's spread out throughout the week. Up until Tuesday before opening up to the general public. So it's pretty cool. It gives more people more time to digest everything, and it gives people opportunity to have time to see everything. Because before, like I was streaming it at work, like the EA conference would be at like 10 or 11 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah.
And I would just have to stream it there, and it's a lot harder to be excited about some of the things they announce. And it's more, it's much more exciting seeing it as it happens live.
Yeah, it's always more fun rather than just reading the updates online. then you're like, oh, that's cool. But if you watch it, it's a lot more fun.
Right. And so Sony, they're doing something different this year too. They are having their conference shown in theaters throughout the country, which I think is pretty cool. With some swag stuff. If people hear this before their conference, just do a Google search, and I'm told that there's still a lot of tickets throughout the country for these tickets. So you can stream it at home, but if you go watch in the theater, you're watching it with an audience, and they'll give you some stuff. Like one of the things that they give is like one of those cards that they give out at PSX. So it's worth it. I think I believe it's free too. Everyone should check it out if they can, if they're into Sony games.
Well, you Jesse, you playing anything?
Yeah, I play a bunch of games, but they're all Facebook games.
You're playing the Mafia Wars or what?
Hey, I have really high Google Play points. So what I want to know though is if you're going to be going representing a PBnJ as press, that's what you should be doing. I think that we should give the responsibility of Brian to be streaming live from the show.
Well, you two are the ones that are closer, so one of you guys should be going.
But you got the tickets.
I don't have tickets. I used to have tickets. I don't have any more.
No, now he goes to the theater, man. And didn't you see Roy Hibbert there a couple years ago?
I saw there's a few of the wrestlers that go there, like Xavier Woods, supposed to be like a hardcore gamer, so he was there. And I saw the Miz there a few years ago promoting WWE whatever year it was. So yeah, there's a few celebrities there, who are into gaming, and they're just wandering around. It's pretty cool.
Now you said it took forever to play a demo though, right? Like you had to wait hours.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. Like when it was closed to the public, I would spend a day there, and I will only have a chance to see like two things. So I usually hit up Destiny first. That would take like 3 hours, and then go check out Sony. Just walk around their booth, and depends on what game it is. So you pretty much spend all day just to see like 2 or 3 things because you're in line the whole time. So I'm curious to see how they're going to manage the crowd. Once it's open to the public. I mean, I know they have a capacity, but I don't know if it's going to be crazy like at Comic-Con San Diego or if they have other ways to manage the lines, but we'll see.
Yeah, I remember at PSX when we went in December. That was actually pretty cool. It was a lot smaller, and some of the lines were long, but the really long ones were the VR games. Those ones took forever, but if you wanted to play something else, it normally wasn't that long, and with the convention center being a lot smaller, you got to see pretty much everything in one day.
Yeah, like PSX is where I would rather go. I mean, the two of us at least, we only play PlayStation games for the most part.
Yeah. So
we don't really care too much about the PC and the Nintendo and Xbox games. And it's a much smaller convention too. It's more like an intimate, they still have their own press conference. So it's kind of like going to E3, just on a smaller scale, and it's more focused on stuff that we play.
Yeah. Like, so we're more hardcore PlayStation, so it was all the games we wanted to see were there. So Brian, what games are you most looking forward to seeing at E3?
Let's see, what was it? The Uncharted Lost Legacy. So we got a preview of that at PSX when they opened up the show. So that one is what was it? It's kind of like a DLC in a way, right?
Yeah.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
So, and it looks pretty good. So from what I know, it's a shorter version of the full Uncharted game. I think it's like, from what I've heard, it's supposed to be about 10 chapters instead of 30 or 40 that the Uncharted games have. But from what I saw, it looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. The other one is The Last of Us 2. I don't know if they'll show us any more footage from that.
Yeah, I don't know. We saw that they debuted it at PSX 2.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're planning to show any gameplay, because I know the game's still a ways off, right?
Right.
And so I don't know if they're gonna show either another cutscene like they showed at PSX or any gameplay. I mean, I hope so. That'd be cool.
And The other one is Destiny 2.
Oh, of course. I know you're gonna say
So,
Destiny.
yeah, I saved that one for last. But yeah, I stopped playing the first one, but
What, like
just
last
because
week? You just stopped playing last week?
no, more than that. I'm like so backed up on all the games I need to play. But yeah, it looks good. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not as excited as I was before, but still want to check it out. Well, what about you? I mean, I'm sure there's some in there that you're looking forward to, like Red Dead Redemption, I guess.
Yeah, Red Dead. Yeah, anything I can see about Red Dead. The game was supposed to be out in November and it got delayed to March, which is fine. That just means it's going to be a better game. But with the release date so close, I'm hoping they show gameplay and some stuff at least. You mentioned the Uncharted DLC. And so I guess it's gonna be longer than the other one for. No, I take that back. There was a DLC for Last of Us, the first one,
Right.
which was pretty decent sized game. It was not 10 chapters, it was more like 5 or 6.
Right.
So this Uncharted one's supposed to be longer than that one.
I think so because I think I saw it on sale for like $30. So it's not a full game, but it's not a short like 5-hour experience either. So I think it's like somewhere in between.
That's cool.
At least that's what the rumors are saying. So,
Yeah. The one for Last of Us was like not quite 10 hours.
yeah.
But the same thing, it was only like $10-15, maybe 20, but I know it wasn't $30. So
Yeah.
that's cool. But the big one for me is God of War.
Okay.
Yeah, they showed that trailer at PSX for the new one, and I'm excited for that one. I guess in this new one, they get away from the Greek gods and they're going to the Asgardian gods.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see like Odin and Thor and Loki, and hopefully they don't piss off Kratos because then it's gonna be all bad.
Well, he pretty much killed all the Greek gods. So
Yeah.
kill all these guys too.
Man, those are my games, man. God of War, I played the crap out of those games. I loved them, and I want to see them update these ones because they're switching to that over the shoulder camera,
Mm-hmm.
which is like pretty much every game now. So they updated that, and so I want to see how that looks. The other ones were third person, but they would the camera would zoom way out and zoom way in,
Right.
depending on what part of the level and how many bad guys you're fighting and stuff. And sometimes it gets almost top down.
Yeah, but that works though because they like to show scale, right? And
Yeah.
So they would zoom out and you would see like these giant titans like in the third one just climbing in the background. So if they're over the shoulder, then you might lose that feel. So, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see how they handle that. Will the camera zoom back out?
Yeah.
Like if you have to fight a fire giant or something like that. So I can get the scale. That's what made the other games cool is when you were fighting like huge gods and stuff. It was crazy. You're climbing up a giant mountain, or I think it was God of War 1 when you fought Kronos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like this 100-foot tall thing. He was crawling around with the temple on his back. Like that was crazy. So yeah, God of War those are my games. So I'm really looking forward to see anything. If they show anything for the new one, I'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, and this one last year they showed his interaction with his son. So he's not just a raging, like pissed off dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people dislike about him. Like everyone, there's some people who love the game but they hate the character. And I think they took that feedback and they made this character a more gentle Kratos.
Yeah, just a little more, just someone you can kind of cheer for or root for. Because
right.
By the third one, he was just this giant rage machine. Like there was just like him just killing everything, and there was no humanity left in him. He was just this unstoppable monster. And another one that I'm looking forward to is Death Stranding. The new.
Do you think we'll see anything this year though?
Man, I don't know. I'm hoping, but that game is so secretive. They're not saying anything about it. They showed a lot with they released a couple of trailers online already. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of worried that might be it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be like, all right, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next year.
They'll show you some more Norman Reedus, and that's it.
Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, Norman Reedus is here. But I mean, I have no idea what the game's about. I have no idea what the story is. Nothing. I don't know anything, and I doubt I'm gonna know anything until the game comes out. I think it was the same thing with like Metal Gear Solid. They didn't say anything.
Well, one thing we know is that Kojima is going to use the same engine that was running on Horizon, right?
Yeah.
And there were some levels in the game, especially when you go into the cauldron, where it kind of looked like this could be a Death Stranding type level, assuming it looks like that.
Yeah.
So I can sort of see them taking a lot of things from Horizon and building on top of it. So I think it's going to look really good, no matter what, depending on what type of game it is. But yeah, it should be good. So speaking of Horizon, if they might be too early, but if they start hinting or just teasing Horizon 2, that would be pretty awesome too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, might just be too early. The game came out, a lot of people are still playing it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, but anything.
Yeah, the game.
And they just put a sign up saying Horizon 2. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, just show the title. That's it. Don't show anything else.
What about you, Jesse? You looking for more Facebook stuff?
I'm hoping so. I want some sequels too. I'm hoping that they can go ahead and bring back those farming apps and stuff like that. I'm Mexican, so something close to my heart.
Farmville 3 or 2 or whatever, and Mafia Wars.
Yeah. Or Farmville: The Return of the Cows.
Hey, what about that Marvel game you were playing for a while?
I'm still playing.
Which one is that one?
Thing with it where you guys have been both talking shit.
Yeah, I was playing that game until my account got screwed up and I couldn't do anything anymore.
No, they've actually canceled it. They've closed it. They just couldn't come up with any new storylines, and then they created a new one, and the new one kind of didn't look as much as appealing. So my new game is a new Star Wars. It's called Galaxy of Heroes. So I'm getting into that. And then with all the new Star Wars movies coming out, there's a bunch of new characters, and then also the same thing with the animated series. So tons of characters are available. So they kind of were. When I first started playing it, there was only like maybe the 30 main characters, and now you get characters. I'm like, who's this? I'm waiting for Jar Jar Binks to come out.
What kind of game is it? What kind of game is it though?
It's a team fighting game. So you let's say you get a bunch of Jedis on your team and you fight them against somebody else's combination of groups. What's kind of cool is because you can combine Jedis with Sith and stuff like that. So it's kind of multi-type games within. So there's PvP, there's like some strategy stuff, and then you got your daily grinding, so you can get points and gold, and then that way you can upgrade your own characters. So, and then they just introduced some levels with the ships. So you have like the Millennium Falcon, but it's not like you have to also collect the characters that ride them. But in this one, because of Force Awakens, they have Rey and God, what's the black guy's name?
Finn.
Finn. Those guys are the pilots for the Millennium Falcon. So I kind of was disappointed in that, but I understand it because of the Force Awakening. They're the ones that jacked it and were driving it for a while. So, but it's kind of cool. It passes the time. So it's like when I'm at the doctor's, which I never go to the doctor, but if I went to the doctor's, I should say while I'm waiting for my next lap dance. That and Clash Royale, babe. Clash Royale. That one's funny.
Is that the same? That's the Clash of the Clans game, right?
Oh no, it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off because the Clash of Clans you've seen like advertising, and I think they had the guy from Taken advertise it. Like he got his castle beat by some little kid's name. I forget what it was. A funny commercial, but no, this is a spin-off. Yeah, this is a spin-off. This is a little instead of playing bigger worlds, it's like PvP kind of type of style play. You fight against another person. You choose up to 6 people, and then they rotate. So you gotta kind of put them on the board, and then they go and attack, and you gotta defend your castle. So whoever destroys either the main castle or the best out of the 3 castles destroyed wins, and then you have a time limit. It's really cool. It's very popular. It's actually international. Sometimes I'll go ahead and get, instead of saying like welcome or good luck, I'll get something in Chinese or Spanish or in whatever language I'm playing against.
Another game I didn't mention, and Jesse will probably like this one is Ultimate, or I don't know if it's called Ultimate, but Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Yes. The only reason why is because right now, using a borrowed friends, I have been playing PS4 recently because I host a meetup and do console games, and he got the Ultimate 3,
Uh-huh.
and that gameplay is really really cool. I've always been a Street Fighter fan since the arcades. That's the reason why I got the Dreamcast. That is the only reason why I got the Dreamcast. Came out for it.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom
And,
1.
no. This was the Street Fighter. It was
Street Fighter. Okay.
Yeah, and then they also got the Marvel vs. Capcom. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool whenever you can play Deadpool and Ryu at the same time. How's that not cool?
Yeah, I guess they haven't shown too much of this one, but it's going back to instead of 3-on-3, it's going back to 2-on-2. They've announced some characters like Hulk and Thor, Ryu, Captain Marvel.
The chick?
Yeah, Carol Danvers.
Okay. Carol Danvers.
The big question that everyone's wondering is if they're going to have any X-Men in the game. Because there was a rumor that Marvel didn't want to, because of the movie rights, they don't want to promote the X-Men at all. So the rumor right now is that there's no X-Men, and so far of all the characters they revealed, there hasn't been any X-Men yet.
And that sucks because Wolverine is, I want to say, the top X-Men in these series. I mean, ever since the first one came out, everyone loves the fact that Wolverine is being consistent,
Yeah, I mean, he's always one of the better guys. Like, I remember in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they had to nerf him because he was so powerful.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
So wait, but Deadpool would be under that too, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go and talk to Chun-Li's boss.
You'll get Rocket, Raccoon, and all those guys. Gamora,
hey, Rocket's
all these
kick ass. I mean, seriously, when you play him on 3, he's kick ass too. I don't got all his moves down, but for being a small guy, he was really good. I was kind of disappointed they didn't have Groot. That would be, he might be too strong too. Hey, maybe they should get Baby Groot. Or Teenage Groot.
Yeah, you're gonna have to switch back to Blanca.
Oh, Blanca was my bitch. He was always. So on the OG, had it been Ryu, Chun-Li, or Blanca. Those were my 3. I can never go ahead and get E Honda. Like, I tried him and Dhalsim. I tried him. I could play with them, but I wasn't as good as with those other 3. Guy was cool, but then they got rid of him too. So I don't know why. But
I remember he was gone for a while.
Yeah,
he didn't come back.
They brought Charlie and all this other people.
Yeah. So that game comes out in November, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna show either character reveals or something. They got to have something for that game. At least some characters. Yeah. Just give me a couple more characters.
Are they gonna be saying? I mean, since you're talking about Capcom, they're Resident Evil 2, right?
Yeah. They actually Chris Redfield was announced to be. I thought he wasn't going to be in this one because I know he wasn't one of the higher used characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I used him; he was on my team. But when you played online and competitively, no one used him, so I didn't think he would be in it. But he's back in it too. So yeah, so that's a lot of cool games. Looking forward to. Again, it starts on Saturday, the first panel, right, Brian? What's the rundown on these panels here?
Yeah, so on June 10th on Saturday. And all these times are Pacific time. At noon, EA will have their first conference. So they'll most likely talk about the new Star Wars game, Battlefront. What else is there? If they attempt to bring back the NBA game again, which they always fail every time they bring it back.
Yeah, they're going to mention Madden for sure.
Yeah, Madden. I keep forgetting. Like, they have so many other publishers I can't remember.
Yeah, they'll probably say something again about Mass Effect since that just came out.
Okay, and then on Sunday, so they're the only ones on Saturday. On Sunday, Microsoft will go over their stuff on June 11th at 2 p.m. So they should give us a lot more news on the Scorpio hardware.
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited about that. I don't own an Xbox One or anything, but curious to see what they put out and then see how Sony will respond the next day.
Yeah, I mean I think the Scorpio is supposed to be out pretty soon, so I'm guessing they're gonna push that really hard.
So just slightly off topic here, like there's a lot of people who plays Destiny. There's a lot of discussion about if there's going to be a competitive advantage or not from the PC players to the Xbox gamer, like the Scorpio players and the PS4 Pro players. So yeah, since the hardware is all different,
right? Yeah.
But so we'll see like what Microsoft shows. I'm curious to see what they have, and if my thing with them is that they always like their first party titles or their exclusive titles are not that like compelling to me, So other than like Forza and Halo and maybe Gears of War, that's kind of all they have. So so it's always one of the biggest reasons why I've never really gotten to playing like getting an Xbox. But we'll see. Let's see if they try to make a different move on their part and see where they take the console from there from after their announcement. And the next one is Bethesda on Sunday on June 11th at 9 p.m. And I guess they'll probably talk about Elder Scroll, right? That's one of the biggest games. Skyrim.
Yeah. I think the big thing for Skyrim is they're trying to get it on the Switch. Yeah, I don't think they have a new one planned, but that's what I've been hearing is them trying to port it over to the Switch, if they're even able to, because the Switch isn't their power isn't up to snuff.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see what they have there. Then the next one is on Monday, Ubisoft at 1 p.m. So I'm looking forward to what they say about Assassin's Creed, the new one. I don't think they've announced where the game is going to be set, but the rumor is it's going to be in Egypt somewhere. So
that's cool.
Do you have any games that you're looking forward to from Ubisoft?
I'm kind of looking forward to the new Far Cry. I like the setting they did. I haven't really gotten into that franchise, but this one looked pretty intriguing. It's like in the middle of America, and it has to deal with a cult, like a cult taking over a small town, and your character is working with the sheriffs to fight off this cult and get out of the town. So that one actually looks pretty good. And Assassin's Creed, those are your games, right? You used to play those. You used to play all of those games. So let's see if the Assassin's Creed makes a comeback.
Yeah, they took the year off last year, so hopefully that extra year gives them enough time to make a high quality game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see. Then on Monday night, Sony at 6 p.m. So that's the biggest one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's for us. It's the big one.
Yeah, and then the last one is Nintendo. They're going to do their own little live stream thing that they do it's called Treehouse or something like that, and that starts at 9 a.m. So yeah, that's
9 a.m. on Tuesday, right?
9 a.m. on Tuesday, June 13th. Yeah.
I'll skip that one.
I'll check it out. I'll let you know. It's pretty fun. Like it's not a standard conference where a guy just stands there and talk. They'll do like these little skits and stuff. So it's pretty entertaining to watch, even though the games may not be as interesting or whatever.
What if they go Nintendo Switch $199?
I'm down. I'll run out right away.
You got it, Zelda.
Yeah. So one thing I didn't mention is that you can watch these online, probably on YouTube, but for sure on IGN. That's usually where I go to watch them.
Yeah. Their streams are normally pretty solid.
Yeah. And if you can't watch it at the time that when it's live, I think they put it up on their site for you to watch later on.
Yeah, and
or at least or at least they're cut into snippets so you can watch them in parts instead of watching the entire thing. Yeah,
and normally they're pretty quick too. It's like within an hour or two they'll have them up.
I'm also on their site, and they're saying that they're partnering up with Twitter, so Twitter's gonna be doing it as well.
Showing streaming, or
it's gonna be streaming live, not. I mean, of course, they'll probably have the older versions, but according to this, they're doing E3 live on Twitter.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, that's our E3, our pre-E3 podcast. What we're looking forward to. Stay tuned for our next podcast after E3 when we'll talk about what we saw and anything big surprises or big news, and we'll let you guys know. So that's it for me, Brian, Jesse. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
Yeah, I hope there's a price drop on the PS Pro or or come out with a new one that supports like Blu-ray HD. Is it HD Blu-ray, whatever that term is that they don't have right now.
Yeah,
Xbox One has.
Right.
I just hope that they bring the price of the consoles all lower down, so I don't have to wait 2 to 3 years later to buy one at a Goodwill. But whoever's out there and is a real gamer, I hope you guys enjoy whatever they have for you guys. I know how some of these expos, like, if you're a fan of something and you get really excited for stuff, you can get disappointed, but then you can really have a good time. So from my experience at Comic-Con, there's been times where I get disappointed, but then you turn around, wait a few hours, and then you get the best news of your life, and then you get disappointed 2 to 3 years later because they screwed up the movie. But who cares? We're not talking about you, about Superman versus Batman. No, we're not talking about you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your convention.